Hey, friend, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. And I have to tell you, I've been looking so forward to this episode because today we're going to go somewhere together that I think your heart, if you're like 250 plus women on my mailing list, has been quietly asking about this topic maybe for a while. If you've been here with me for the past few weeks, we've been talking about living in the in between seasons of life, the hallways of life. You've heard us walk through 5 things that we can do together when we find ourselves in the hallway, that sacred but sometimes disorienting in between season. We talked about pause, listen, discover, dare, and flourish. And if you're just joining me today, welcome. You don't need to catch up, just come as you are, but you might want to take a quick revisit back for a couple of episodes for those 5 steps. After that, I want us to spend the rest of our time together on just one of them. This is the one that I believe is the key that unlocks pretty much everything else, and it's the discover step. Let me give you the fast version of where we've been because these 5 steps do work together and I want them to be fresh in your mind. The first and perhaps the bravest thing you can do, which you're doing right now, is pause. Simply stop. Stop performing. Stop pretending you have it all figured out. Stop rushing past what God might be doing in the in-between. We pause and give ourselves permission to be right here. Something you have the courage to take a step you couldn't take before when you dare to believe that there's a door opening up in your hallway. And then the last one is flourish. That's always the destination, not just surviving our seasons, but to step into the fullness of what God is doing in our life with joy and peace and excitement. That flourish step is so critical. So it's 5 steps, one journey, right? So today we're going to take a deep dive into the discover step and what happens in the middle of that hallway or that journey. Here's where I want us to really have permission to pause today, to slow down, because I've noticed something in all my years of walking alongside thousands of women. We can pause, we can listen, but we can feel the stirring of something new. But then we often get stuck because we don't know where we are. Not in a geographical sense, but in a seasonal sense, in a soul sense. Think about it. If you're going to navigate somewhere new, the first thing any map requires is a starting point. You have to know where you are before you can figure out where you are going. Most of us in transition seasons have lost our starting point. We know where we were. We have a vague hope of where we're headed. But right now, we're just somewhere in the middle, and it can be unsettling. Here's what I've come to believe. The hallway isn't just one experience, it's several. And when you're in a hallway, where you are in your hallway shapes everything. It shapes what you need, what God is doing, where your next step is. Some women are at the very beginning, and they've just stepped out of a season that ended. They're still catching their breath. Some women are deep in the middle, and they've been there for a while, and the waiting is starting to wear on them. Some women are closer to the door than they realize. They just can't see it yet. Where you are changes everything about how you move forward. And that's exactly what the discover step is all about. It's not discovering some general truth about life, not a personality assessment or even a spiritual inventory, though those have their place and I offer them in my coaching. But this is about discovering specifically where you are right now in this season and what God might be uniquely inviting you towards next. I've been working on something for this community, something I'm very excited about, a tool that makes this discover step very doable, concrete, personal. Women who've used the resources that I've created said things like, I finally feel seen in this season. I didn't have words for where I was, and now I do. Can I ask you something personal? When is the last time you felt truly clear about where you are in your life and what God is doing? Not a general God is good clarity. I know you believe that, but a specific, settled, this is my season and I know what to do next kind of clarity. For a lot of women listening right now, it's been a while since you felt that. And that fog, that low grade confusion, takes a toll, doesn't it? It makes it hard to make decisions, hard to commit, hard to feel the kind of peace that passes understanding when you're not sure what you're supposed to be doing right now. Friend, that's not how God intends for us to live. Psalm 32:8 says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. His eye is on you right now, in this hallway, in this season, and he's made a way for you to discover it. For now, here's what I've done. I put together a free gift for you. It's called The Hallway, a 7-day permission to pause gift. It's 7 days of guided devotion time, finding peace and purpose in the in-between. And inside those 7 days, you're going to encounter the discover experience that I've been describing. You'll finally have words for where you are. You'll understand what God might be doing in the middle of this season, in this hallway, that will bring you peace instead of confusion. And you'll know what your next faithful step is. And it is completely free. It is my gift to you. And it is waiting for you right now. I've got the link in the show notes, but it's in my website, patlayton.net, the 7 days of the hallway experience. And here's one more thing. When you grab that 7-day gift, if you do it today or the next day, you'll receive an invitation to join me for something I'm calling the Hallway Conversation. It's a free live workshop where I'm going to be gathering some women together to talk about going deeper in this journey. I'll be sharing things in that workshop that I can't really cover in a podcast episode. It just goes too deep. But I think it's going to be one of those gatherings that women, hopefully you, will look back on and say, that's when something shifted for me. So grab that free gift, get on that list, and I'll see you, hopefully, in that hallway conversation. Friend, thank you for being here on Permission to Pause. Thank you for pausing, because that's the first step, and you took it just by pressing play today. So I want to leave you with this. The hallway is not the end of the story. It's the corridor to the next chapter, and God knows exactly which door is yours. So gather your 7-day gift. The link, as I said, is in the show notes, and I hope I'll see you there. Blessings to you.